Good morning, y'all. I am about to head out to the warehouse, and today I need to finish pricing purses because I started that yesterday and there was a lot more than I thought. So doing that, and then I just remembered I actually need to leave kind of early today because I need to bring my cat to the vet for her yearly checkups. Yesterday was a pretty fun day. I just felt really busy, but in a good way and not like a stressful way. Lately it's been feeling busy and frustrating, but yesterday was just fun. Everyone was just like doing all their things. Everything was working out. I was pricing purses, so I was kind of in the warehouse with everyone else, all the workers that have been helping us price, sort, organize, all that kind of stuff. And it was just, I haven't really had a job to do in the warehouse recently, so being there with everyone that's helping us and just feeling the energy of everyone's like go 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 vibes, like it was just like fun and exciting when a lot of the work I've been doing has been like a little bit more solitary recently because I've just been on my computer doing stuff. I kept meaning to talk about this yesterday, but I just didn't have time to like sit down and talk to the camera for a second. Before yesterday, we have been fighting with our barcode printer. I don't know what it is, but like me and my mom have some bad juju with printers in general, like all kinds of printers, because they never work. Like we spent so much money on this barcode printer and it worked until we did something to it that should have still worked, but for whatever reason it worked for a reason that we cannot figure out. And essentially what happened was we connected the printer to my mom's computer first to figure out how it works, set it up, and this was also before I had another computer set up that we wanted to use specifically for this printer. So my mom's computer has all of her work on there and she's constantly having a million tabs open and stuff, so that computer does more work other than just barcode printing. So it was our goal to move it from her personal computer. We messed with it the first time, figured it out, it was working, and then like the next day I set up the new computer and it's just a blank brand new computer that was just going to be only for barcodes as of right now. And I set it up identically. I matched all the settings the same as my mom's computer. It worked at first, and then my mom called me like frantically being like, come here, look at this. The printer started randomly shifting the barcode to be just in the completely incorrect spot, like in the middle of the tags along the tear lines. Oh my god, we could not figure out why it's doing this. And the weird thing is it's only doing it on the new blank computer, but on my mom's older personal computer it won't do it, and the settings are identical. So we're like, what, how do we even pinpoint this problem? Like, I don't understand. We can put it on my mom's computer for right now and it's working like that. The only issue is that because her computer's older, sometimes the queue, like the print queue, won't refresh, or sometimes print jobs will stick in the queue and will accidentally reprint prices that we don't want to be printing right now. It'll reprint the prices you printed before instead of just the new prices that you want to print, if that makes sense. That has just been so frustrating. I cannot even tell you how long we've spent staring at the computer trying to figure out why that's happening. And of course, there's not a freaking support number, but there's an email, so you have to go and submit like a whole case to their email and they'll email you back, but they won't call you. And I'm like, can I please just talk to a human? How hard is that? If I want help like that, it takes days of emailing back and forth, and of course they stop work at like 4 p.m. God, that has been the most frustrating thing by far, has been that. And then bro, like I said in the last video, my cat only is like the noisiest thing when I'm filming. The other annoying thing I was dealing with yesterday, and I'm sorry this is kind of like all negative things, but I think it's important to talk about the things that we're struggling with because it's insight. It's like we're learning truly that nothing is ever as easy as you think it's gonna be. Literally nothing. Not one single part of this whole thrift store business. Not a single part. And I'm sure it's the same for every other business that anyone would ever want to start. Nothing ever goes the way you think it's going to go. And that's okay as long as you make peace with that. I don't mean that to be discouraging. I mean that as in like, don't get your hopes up about anything so that you don't get bummed about everything, if that makes sense. So for example, yesterday, one of my early morning tasks was to switch our electricity company. Of course, this should be very easy, but it wasn't. So I called the electricity company that we want to switch it to, and I gave them the address because they need the address to find like the meter for the electricity. And I gave them the address. They can't find the address. Obviously, they can't find the address. So I'm like, okay. So the guy I was talking to at first said, okay, we need the meter number. So I'm not at the store. The store's like 50 minutes away. So I'm like, okay, I'll probably have to call back tomorrow with that number. Someone that was working at the store was able to give me a picture of the meter, and then I called back the next morning, which was yesterday. I called back and I'm like, hello, and it was a different person, and I was like, okay, they needed me to get the meter number, so here's the meter number. And then this person says, oh, we can't look it up with the meter number. And I'm like, the person yesterday literally said that they can look it up with the meter number, but okay, that's fine. Double check that this person can't look it up with just the address. They can't. And then they tell me that I need this like really long number that the like host of the electricity can give me, which the host is CenterPoint. So here I am calling CenterPoint because I need this like long, it's like an identification number for that location or something like that. Call CenterPoint and I'm like, hey, I need this number for this location. Can you give that to me? And they're like, actually, no, because unless you're able to name the name of the people that are currently hosting it, because someone is paying for the electricity, we just didn't know who, and we were wanting to switch it to us before they come to us and they're like, we're paying for your electricity, now you gotta pay us back, or whatever. I don't know what would happen if that was the case, but they're like, unless you can name who is currently paying for the electricity, like I can't just give you that number. You have to be the person that's paying for it to give you that number. So I'm like, okay, so I'm just screwed? Like, what do you mean? And they're like, if you're renting this place, contact your realtors. Okay, so there I go, get my realtor's number, call them. They didn't answer in the morning, so then I wait a couple hours. I think I called them again, or no, they called me back because I left a voicemail. And they call me back and they're like, hey, I can check into it, but I don't think y'all need to switch the electricity because it's in our contract that we just pay them for the electricity and they just tell us how much it is. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't know. I found out I didn't have to go through any of that mess because we don't even need to switch the electricity. I don't think my mom knew, or maybe they didn't let her know because my mom was the one that told me to switch the electricity. So I don't think they were very clear about that with her when the lease was being signed, but I found that out the hard way by going through multiple phone calls. And also, that's not the way it is for our current building. Like, the leasing people are the same, and for our current building, we pay for the electricity on our own. And I was like, well, that was a complete waste of time, but okay, at least we found out. So anyways, I gotta get to the warehouse now, and I will see you there. Hello guys, we're at the warehouse now. I was going to go price some purses, but then I went back there and they're unloading a container right now, and that's like right where I was working to price the purses. So unfortunately, fortunately, can't do that right now. So that means I'm gonna do something else. I've been trying to gather some clothes that I want to just bring to the store to sell there, like some of my vintage clothes from Neomai Vintage. I've always had just like a lot of backups for, like, say I have a big market coming up and I don't think I have enough stuff to fill up the space. I always have backups that are like vintage items that maybe I don't love that much, but they are vintage items that could fill empty space. A lot of that stuff is going to go to the store now. Some of it's stuff that just like never made it on my website either, and I just like didn't have time for it. So I'm going to start basically folding it up, putting it in bags, and then I need to bring those to the store either today or another day. I don't know how much things I have time for today. Yeah. And the hard part about this is that some of the stuff is stuff that's on my website that I just want to take off and take it to the store to sell. And that means I have to go and look up all their SKU numbers to take them off the website. So individually for every item, I have to look them up and delete it. So that's why it just takes me longer to do this. Guys, I'm trying out a new microphone right now. It's like, and also the sun is all over the place. I'm sorry. It's like a shotgun microphone, so I don't have to like mic myself up, because I feel like micing yourself up takes a little bit more time than just having a shotgun microphone on the camera. So we're gonna see how this goes. I know they're unloading a container in the back. You could probably hear all the forklift noises back there, but I feel like even if I was mic'd up, you would be able to hear that because it's so loud. Let's see how this microphone does. While I'm taking these tags off, let me ask y'all what y'all think about this idea. So we always kind of thought about this since we realized we were gonna open this thrift store, and I just didn't know how I felt about it or how well it would do. But essentially, so like right now in the thrift store, we have a corner of the store says funky vintage, and that's not exactly stuff that like I've picked out specifically for that corner. It's just stuff that we've happened to have like in barrels waiting to be put somewhere. Either I was gonna take it or it was gonna be for the store, because we knew at some point we were gonna do a store. So anyways, that's what that vintage is. It's not like specifically stuff I put there, but we do have a vintage section. So I'm wondering, what if I just made that section like the Neomai Vintage section? You know what I mean? Like, I literally have a neon sign. I could put like cute little carpets in that area, and everything would be still a lot cheaper. It's not like it would go back up to like, I would say my prices for Neomai Vintage were more like boutique prices, because a lot of the things I was doing was markets and stuff. And for a lot of those things, when you have like a curated style, you can do higher prices because it's more of like a boutique. But I don't think those prices would work for a thrift store for obvious reasons. People go there for discounts, not to pay full price for things. So I would still do pretty low prices, and probably like maximum $15, $16 or so for like a heavy jacket or something. If people want to shop my vintage picks, I could put them there and have the Neomai Vintage name on the wall there. So like it could be like I have a little storefront essentially. I don't know. I don't know if it matters that I put the name there. I don't know if anyone cares. There's been people over the years that want to shop with me, and like I have this warehouse unit, but this warehouse is not like convenient to get to. It's like you have to have specific directions. It's not close to a lot of people. So like not that many people have come here. But if it's a store location, I feel like people would be more willing to go. I don't know. I just feel like it would be cute to decorate that little corner as the Neomai Vintage corner. But again, I don't know if it's worth the energy or if anyone cares. So let me know what you think. Okay, all these tags are off, so I'm going to take them off the hangers and start folding them into the bag. Okay, currently rushing to the store because I forgot we had a meeting with an ADT security guy to fix one of our sensors. So one of our employees just called me and was like, hey, there's a guy here. And I was like, oh, totally forgot about that meeting, but I'm on the way, and it's like literally under 10 minutes away. So okay, I'm back from the store. It was really quick, actually. They basically fixed it by the time I got there. It was like a small little thing. And then I signed and talked to the employees for a little bit, and now I'm here. So I'm just still folding stuff, but I think this is gonna be a better method, using a table to put a couple things on there first and then like roll it up. So then you can just kind of roll the sleeves up and make it into a little roll, and that's much easier to put it into a bag. Okay, did a couple things on my computer, but now I gotta pack it up and go because I need to get home, eat some lunch, and take my cat to the vet. And then I think I'm gonna take the rest of the afternoon as like my weekend, because I'm gonna be working in the store both Saturday and Sunday, and today's Friday. Hello you guys. I've been sick for the past 4 days and it's been brutal. So this is my first time back at the office right now, but I just wanted to record this real fast. I got my first Google AdSense mail. Oh my god, I'm so congested, it's not even funny. This shininess on my neck is Vicks Vapor Rub. So that's how I'm doing right now. So essentially this has a code in it, I think. That's a code I need to go input in my Google AdSense thing. My personal identification number. So this is not a check, but it is the way that I can finally get my money out of my Google account. So that's pretty exciting. I need to go buy cough drops like right now. I didn't think I needed cough drops, but my throat has now become so dry that sometimes I feel like I have asthma and I can't breathe because it's like so dry and like the freaking desert in there. I'm gonna go get cough drops and head to the store actually, because I'm gonna do some work in the back and stay away from everybody. But there's some things I need to price, and that's what I'm working on today. So okay, bye. Like I said before, I haven't been doing much work in the warehouse lately, but on this day my mom said I could help her price some athletic items. I was telling her while we were sitting here on this makeshift work table, which is really just a sheet on top of some of the clothing bales, like the ones that are behind me, that sitting on these bales reminds me of when I was younger and I used to lay down on bales like this and take naps while she was working. It's actually quite comfortable, and I swear it made me want to lay down and take a nap right then and there. It's like my childhood muscle memory was kicking in or something. As you guys know, we're opening a second location, and this one's on 249 here in Houston. And on this day we went to go visit it. I haven't been here much recently because it's honestly very far from where I usually am throughout the day. So I haven't seen all of the updates. So far the walls have been painted, all the racks are done, the floors were cleaned obviously before they put the racks up. And as you saw, they're working on the little platform for the cashiers. And here's a little glimpse of the back room too, which is probably gonna take us a long time to organize because this room is massive. Like there's a full warehouse behind this building, which is crazy. And yeah, that's a little update on that. Alrighty y'all, so that's gonna be the end of this video. Sorry the lighting is a little weird. It's because it's literally 7 a.m. and I got up at 6 so that I could actually edit this video because otherwise I just don't have the time. I have to wake up earlier, which is fine, I guess. But yes, that's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions for me, definitely be sure to leave them down below in the comments and give this video a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's kind of all I have to say. That's just a little bit of what's been going on around here lately. The sickness was so awful. Like that literally took me out for probably 5 days in total because I thought I was okay, and then I went to work and then I felt awful again. But anyways, I gotta go finish editing this video. And just as a little reminder, we're trying to open our second store, the one on 249 here in Houston. We're trying to open it on March 1st. So just to give you a little bit of a timeline there, if you are in Houston and you're curious when we're wanting to open, I'm pretty sure we're opening March 1st, whether we're ready or not. So we'll catch up again next week. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, beautiful day, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.